Guys, your boy here once again, Classic Price speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify, decomplicate. Alright, so we're going to begin with our pre-market analysis starting on EURUSD. So EURUSD, let's begin. Now EURUSD, I'm beginning all the way from the 3 months time frame. So the 3 months time frame is where I'm beginning the analysis from today. Alright, so let's start. Now the 3 months time frame, we have the 3 months upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Let's try and then put meaning into a 3 months time frame very quick. Now over here, we have a strong level of buy pressure on this monthly support level and also strong level of sell pressure as well. But looking closely at the monthly support level, we can tell that this level is very, very strong and then buyers are in control of the market, meaning that we're going to see more buyers push the market all the way to the upside. But the question is, how is the movement to the upside all the way to the next monthly resistance level going to be? Is it going to be a straight move? No, it's not going to be a straight move because we know that the market doesn't move in a straight line. So what we are going to do on the other time frame is that we are going to study this particular area very, very well, know exactly how price is moving around here before we can be picking what opportunities to the upsell key. Nonetheless, we're also going to be picking sales in the same movement as well before price get to the resistance because this is the 3 months time frame. It carries a lot of market volume. All right, so let's take it all the way to the monthly time. Understand what price is doing exactly over here to know whether the movement to the upside will be now or it's going to be later on, as you may see sell pressure before price goes all the way up. So two questions that requires an answer. Are we going to move to the upside now, or are we going to drop before price goes all the way up? Let's find out as we take you through the monthly time frame and then study this particular area very well. Alright, so EURUSD onto the monthly time frame. Okay, so this is the monthly time frame of EURUSD. Let's put meaning into it as well. Alright, so now we are on the monthly time frame. What do we see on the monthly time frame? On the monthly time, we are seeing a strong level of resistance value. So this is also our monthly mid-range zone. Let's explain. Now, if you look closely, price has been able to make contact with the monthly mid-range. And after making contact, we have seen sell pressure coming from the monthly resistance level. This tells us that this level is a very strong level of sell pressure, in which buyers will not be able to break now, but we are definitely going to see a little bit of sell pressure probably before buyers are able to break all the way to the upside. So let's study this particular area also as we take you to the various time frames to analyze it. So we want to know where price will be selling to before it goes all the way to the upside, so that we can capitalize on that sell pressure first before we look for buy opportunity to the upside on EURUSD. So EURUSD, let's take it all the way to the weekly time frame to add more meaning. All right, so this is also the weekly time frame of EURUSD. Now EURUSD on the weekly time frame, we have a weekly mid-range zone, which is also a very strong level of sensitivity. Now the weekly time, what is happening on the weekly? Let's look at this. Price made a push all the way to the upside, breaking above the strong weekly resistance level to the upside. And then what did it do? It made contact with the monthly resistance that we talked about on the monthly. After making contact, we have seen a lot of reversal candles over here. These are strong pins indicating that there's more sell pressure and the monthly resistance level pushing the market all the way down. So the question is, where is price pushing the market down here on the weekly? It is pushing it all the way down to this monthly or weekly resistance level as higher low before you may see price goes all the way to the upside. But for now, the buying movement is not doesn't concern us. All that we're looking for is an entry to sell all the way back to this strong level of resistance. Alright, so how do we pick the sell over here to the downside? Let's take it further to daily time where we can add more meaning to this analysis. So on to the daily time frame. Okay, so this is the daily time frame of EURUSD. Now EURUSD on the daily time frame, let's put meaning into it. Let's put meaning into it as well. Alright, so on the daily time frame, we have our daily mid-range zone, which is also another level of sensitivity. Alright, now the daily time, what else do we see again? On the daily, I'm seeing a break of structure, because if you look closer at the daily time, look at this. This was a push the upside, an exhaustion, and a push all the way up. Under exhaustion, you can see the movement now. So this is a beautiful break of structure here on the daily time frame. Indicates that on the daily, the price is heading all the way to the downside because it has been able to break below its support level over here and it's heading all the way to the downside as well. So EURUSD on the daytime, we are also seeing what? A movement to the downside. How do you pick the sell all the way down here? Let's take it further to the 4-hour time frame to complete the analysis. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of EURUSD. Now EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame, let's take our time and talk about the entry over here. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of EURUSD, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry. Let me enlarge it so that you guys can clearly see it well on your phone or on your screens. Alright, so EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame, this is exactly what we have over here. Let's explain the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we have our full H upper zone and then our full H lower zone as well. What happened on the 4-hour time frame, or what has happened on the 4-hour time frame? Currently, we can see that price what in a very beautiful downtrend. So you can see what on the full H, this is where price broke structure, giving us a lower low, a lower high. Okay, you've seen another lower low. Okay, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, and then more sells were down, so giving us what a new lower low. So you have seen what a new lower low, which form on the daily resistance level or support, and has gone back for retest as lower high. First price weakness, continue the move all the way to the downside. So EURUSD on the 4-hour time, this is exactly how we're going to pick our entry. So everything is confirmed here for what? For our sell to take place. So once the market opens, this should be what? A straight up sell all the way to what? To our target, which is going to be the weekly resistance as support. Remember, there's a weekly resistance which you are expecting price to hit as support or as higher low before price goes all the way up again. Okay, I hope you guys remember that on the weekly. Alright, so this is our full and complete technical analysis on EURUSD. Once we're able to hit 2%, what do? We move SL to entry, hold to reach what? The final target as well. Okay, so that's also for what EURUSD risk is just going to be what? 2%. Okay, we are not risking much, that's 2% to make at least 4 or 6%. Which is very, very good. Alright, so that's also for what? For EURUSD. Let's move to the next pair on the chart very quick. Next one on the list. Alright, so next one on the list, I'm going to go with gold. Now, gold, let's begin the analysis also from the daily time frame. Gold has quite been tricky, but we are still going to analyze it. Okay, so let's look at what happened on gold. I think we did take an entry on gold which hit our stop loss. So you know we've been hitting losses back to back. It is normal in the game. Okay, we keep moving forward, we keep improving. It doesn't matter once we are on a losing streak, you should give up. No, okay, it is a time for us to even work harder. So if you are in a losing streak, work harder, you're surely going to come out of it. Okay, it's normal to be in a losing streak in the market because it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy trying to predict every move. All right, so that's it also for it as well. Now let's start with gold on the daily time frame. So this is the what? The 1 day or the day time frame on gold. So gold on the day time frame, let's put meaning into it. We have the daily upper, the mid-range, and then the lower zone. Where is price going on the daily? What is the direction of the daily? We have the daily upper or the daily push the upside higher high, daily exhaustion higher low, and that push higher high, and that exhaustion higher low, and that continuation push. So we can clearly see that once price made this continuation push, okay, it failed to even make contact with its previous one high, and I see sell pressure immediately dropping all the way to the downside. So this one, daily exhaustion or this daily sell pressure is coming all the way down to hit this particular area and then possibly move all the way down because this is what? A double top. So this area has become a double top, meaning that there's a higher chance that once price hits here, it will be able to break to what? To continue further to the downside. So that's also what? Gold on the daily time. Now gold on the daily time frame, we are done with the analysis. We can even see that there's a strong pin over here indicating there's more sell pressure to bring the market all the way to the downside. So let's take it all the way to 4-hour time frame and understand what is going on over here on the full H before we look for an entry to the downside on gold. So gold, let's take it all the way to a 4H time frame. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame on gold. What do we have on the 4H? Right, so gold 4-hour time frame, let's put meaning into it. 4-hour time frame on gold. Alright, so gold on the 4H time frame, have the 4H upper zone and then the 4H lower zone. Both are strong levels of what? Buy and sell pressure or strong levels of what? Sensitivity. And let's talk about gold on 4-hour time. Now, gold on the 4-hour time, what happened? Price was in an uptrend. We saw a push the upside and exhaustion, and then push another exhaustion. Okay, but buyers couldn't push the market from here to the upside. Now we are seeing what? A break below. So this is the actual break below, giving us what? The lower low. You see lower high, we are definitely going to sell from here to the downside. Okay, so depending on where you are and the time that you are trading on, okay, you may think that this is the actual breakup, but this is not the actual one. break. Okay, I'm talking about this. This is not the actual break, and this is not the actual what retest. Okay, the actual break is this, which is the lower low. The actual break is this lower high, and then we sell all the way to the downside. That's why when we sell over here, price gets it goes back, it may take out or it may take you out. So last week, this was where we took the buy. Okay, there was nothing wrong with the buy. We took the buy at a very safe place. We expected price to go all the way back to retest this level, but I did it. Okay, actually hit our stop loss. But now, since price has given us an actual break to the downside and retest, we're looking for an opportunity to sell all the way to the downside. So gold, this is our full and complete technical analysis. 2% risk. Final target is going to be what? 14%. But we're definitely going to take some profit throughout. Okay. For example, once price is able to hit what? The support level of the daily, that will be our TP1, and then probably this may be our TP2 if price manages to break below TP1. So this is our full and complete technical analysis also on gold. Let's move to the next one on the list. I hope I'm not going too fast. Let's move to the next one on the list. Alright, let's talk about DXY. Should we talk about DXY? Yes, we have to. We have to talk about DXY. So DXY, let's start from the 3 months as usual. 3 months time frame, because we did USD, so definitely you should have a look at what DXY. All right, you should have a look at DXY. All right, so this is also DXY on a 3 months time frame. As usual, we're going to begin from the 3 months and then we continue from that. All right, so the 3 months time, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. If you look at the 3 months time frame, where is the direction of the market? This is a very beautiful uptrend on a 3 months time frame. Price was able to break what? Above this equal high to the upside, giving us a new high. It came down for higher low, and after higher low, you see price just bouncing off and on over here on this what? Support level. So we are still in an uptrend on DXY. So DXY on a 3 months time frame, price is giving us what? The real indication that we are not uptrend. So if you're not uptrend, what are we looking for? An opportunity to pick buys only to the upside of DXY. So DXY, let's go to the other time frames and look for opportunities to buy on this support level to the upside. So DXY, taking it all the way to a monthly time frame to continue with the analysis. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of DXY. Let's put the meaning into it as well. Alright, so on the monthly time, we have our monthly mid-range zone over here as usual. What else do we see here on the monthly time frame? Let's put meaning into it. On the monthly time frame, we can carry the price after what? Given out this push and this exhaustion, it has been trading in a what? In a range or a consolidation. Why? Because there's a strong level of buy pressure and also strong level of what? Sell pressure over here. So this particular area gives us what? A range or a consolidation. So if you're looking for an opportunity to buy on this support level, then it makes a lot of sense. You're going to be looking for buying opportunities to go all the way to the upside to reach the next one monthly resistance level to play with the range or the consolidation. All right, let's take it to a weekly time frame and look at how price will move to the upside and how we can pick buys in that manner as well. All right, so taking it all the way to weekly. Now this is also the weekly time frame of DXY. Now DXY on the weekly time frame, let's put meaning into it as well. Now the weekly time, we have our weekly upper zone and our weekly lower zone now. So let's look at what has happened on the weekly. If you look closely, after price made contact with this one support level, it has given us what? Some strong buy indications. We are seeing what? A lot of what? Pin bars over here, which are all indications that there's more buy pressure on this support level to be able to move the market all the way to the upside. So DXY, first of all, we are going to be looking for buying opportunities to buy all the way to this one resistance level. It's as simple as that. All right, let's take it again to daily time frame to add more meaning to what we are doing over here. All right, so this is the daily time frame of DXY. Now DXY, the daily time frame, okay, let's call this daily upper, mid-range, and then lower zone. On the daily time frame, price has broken structure on the daily. Let's explain the daily very well. Price has broken structure on the daily time frame. Why? Look at this. This was what the previous low, this was what the new low that price created. After retest, it couldn't bounce off to the downside. Instead, what did it do? It broke about the previous low to the upside, giving us what? High, low, and it's still moving to the upside. So this is what? An uptrend which we are seeing on the daytime, indicating that we are indeed buying or we are indeed seeing buy pressure from the support level all the way to the upside as well. Alright, so let's take it again to the forward time. Look at how we can pick our entry above this daily resistance level to the upside. Okay, so since price has been able to break above daily resistance, there's more chance to buy all the way to the upside. So let's take it again to the 4 hour time frame and prepare for entry to the upside on DXY. So this is DXY on the 4 hour time frame, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our buy to the upside on this pair. Right, so on the 4 hour time frame, let me adjust the screen. This is the 4 hour time. On the 4 hour time, what do we have right here? Let's also explain. So on the 4 hour time frame on DXY, you're going to notice that our price has broken above. Look at this, above the daily resistance. The push the upside giving us a higher high. We see higher low. We see candle confirmations. We can buy all the way to the upside on DXY. So DXY, once the market opens, this is our a buy all the way to the upside. Risk is what? 2%. Target is what? A 6% as well. Okay, once we hit what? The daily resistance level, we're likely to take TP1 profit from daily resistance and then go to TP2 on the monthly or the weekly resistance level as well. So DXY, this also a full and complete technical analysis. Let's take it to the next pair on the list. I have a lot of pairs on live, so I have to be quick. Which one is going to be? Let's go to UCAD. I think I have UCAD also waiting. Okay, so UCAD is also here waiting to be analyzed. Okay, waiting to be analyzed. I've grouped the pre-market analysis into two because I don't want to analyze all of them at a go. Okay, because it takes a lot of time. Okay, it takes a lot of time once you are watching. Okay, you get bored along the way. So I've placed it into two. Probably you get the next one tomorrow. Okay, so let's talk about UCAD. So UCAD, what is happening on UCAD? You're looking for an opportunity to sell. Okay, I want to see a break. I want to see a break below this support level. Retest and I sell. Okay, why do I want to sell on UCAD? Let's find out as we begin the analysis from the 3 months time frame as usual. Alright, so this is the 3 months time frame on UCAD. So UCAD on the 3 months time frame, what do we have here? Let's talk about it. Alright, now over here in the 3 months time frame, we have the 3 months upper, middle, lower, more lower. Alright, but let's talk about the zones. Let's explain them. Okay, the explanation is the most important thing. Alright, now on a 3 months time frame of UCAD, we can clearly see that what price broke below this one support level, give us a lower low, lower high, but it couldn't continue further. Instead, what did it do? It has broken above it. So we are currently seeing what an uptrend over here on the 3 months time frame. But once price was able to make contact with this one strong resistance level, it has also seen sell pressure. Okay, so there's a lot of sell pressure over here that is preventing buyers from breaking above. So instead, we're going to see more sell pressure bring the market to a downside as well as probably even what higher low before price goes all the way to the upside. But we know that there's definitely going to be sell pressure here. So that sell pressure is what we're going to deal with, or that is what we are going to capitalize on. So let's take it again to the monthly time where we can add more meaning to this analysis. Okay, so this is the monthly time frame of EuroCAD. Now EuroCAD on the monthly time frame, we have a monthly what middle zone over here, strong level of what sensitivity. As what happened on the monthly, price was able to break above the monthly resistance level with a push. After push, what happens? Retest. After retest, continuation push all the way to the upside. So definitely we are going to see sell pressure from this resistance level, which will bring the market all the way down, at least to what? To the monthly middle zone as usual. Alright, so how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to pick our entry from here to the downside? Let's take it further to weekly time where we can add more details to this one. Okay, so this is also the weekly time frame of EuroCAD. Now EuroCAD on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. So let's put meaning into a weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we can see a double top over. What is a double top? A double top is a reversal pattern. So we know that this double top is definitely bringing another sell pressure to also bring the market all the way to a downside. So here on the weekly time, it's also very evident that we're definitely going to see more sell pressure to bring the market to the downside. Alright, so in addition, we're also seeing this strong pin bars, or indicating there's more sell pressure here to push the market further to the downside. Alright, let's take it further to the daily time where we can add more details to this analysis. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of EuroCAD. Now EuroCAD in the daily time frame, what is happening? Let's find out. Alright, so in the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price has broken below this weekly resistance level or weekly upper zone, and is trading below it. Okay, we are also seeing strong rejection candles all over here, indicating that there's more sell pressure that will bring the market all the way to a downside. Okay, so without further ado, let's take it again to the daily time frame. Know exactly what the daily is doing and how we can pick the entry to the downside. I mean the 4 hour time frame, sorry. Let's take the 4-ish to know what price is doing over here before an entry to a downside as well. Right, so your card taking it all the way to 4-ish. Alright, so this is also the 4 hour time frame of Euro card. Now Euro card on the 4-ish time frame, let's put our final touch on this pair. Let's put in our final touch. So this is how we are going to pick our entry. So what is happening on the 4 hour time frame and how are we going to be able to pick our sell to a downside? Now on the 4 hour time frame, you could see that what once price broke below this one weekly resistance level, it has since been trading in the range or a consolidation period, giving us what equal levels of buy and sell pressure. So what we're going to do is that we're going to stay patient for price to break what below the support level with a push to downside, giving us a new lower low, wait for a lower high, and then we sell all the way to the downside as well. So this is the risk that we are going to take on this particular trade before we hit our final target as well. So that's also for Euro card. Let's move to the next pair on the list. Right, so next one, and this is going to be what? All right, let's talk about US oil. I think I also have what analysis on US oil. So US oil, let's move to the what? The 3 months time frame as usual. This is definitely going to be our last pair before I move on with the part 2, probably tomorrow. All right, so 3 months time frame on US oil. Let's find out exactly what is happening over here. So on a 3 months time frame, we also have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. What is pricing on a 3 months time frame? We saw a break above this what lower high to the upside, which give us what a higher high. After higher high, there was higher low here, but buyers couldn't push the market to the upside. Instead, there was more sell pressure that was able to break below the what the middle zone here to the downside. So if you look closely, price has been able to break below the what the middle zone and is trading beneath. So if it's trading beneath, what are we looking for? More opportunities to sell. But we don't just go there and say we are starting to sell, but let's go and analyze and see how price also moving there forward. We take our decision. So this is the monthly time frame of US oil. Let's also put monthly meaning into it. Let's put meaning into it. Alright, so in the monthly time frame, we also have the monthly upper zone and then the monthly lower zone as usual. Now the monthly time, we are seeing what a downtrend currently. Why? Because sellers have been able to break below this monthly support level to a downside, giving us a push after push. What happens? Retest after retest, continuation push all the way to the downside. So if buyers can retest here as lower high, then what can we do here on the monthly? We can capitalize on that movement. So what we're going to do is that we're going to look for buying opportunities from here to capitalize. Hold on, buying opportunities from here to capitalize on the next lower high before we look for more sales to the downside on US oil. So US oil, let's take it further to weekly time frame to add more meaning. All right. So this is the weekly time frame of US oil, and we are seeing almost the exact same thing as we saw in the monthly, okay, which is what? A push to the downside and then a retest also going in that manner. But let's put a vivid meaning into the weekly time frame of US oil. So US oil, the weekly time, the price also in the downtrend. We've seen this lower low, lower high, another push to the downside, but sellers fail to break below. Instead, we're going to have what? Another retest before what? Sellers may come in all the way to the downside. So this retest that we're going to have for the second time on the weekly is also the same retest that we're expecting on the monthly before we sell all the way to the downside. So how do we pick the buy from here to reach this level before the sell in? Let's find out as we take it further more to the daily time frame. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of US oil. Now US oil in the daily time frame, we have the daily mid-range zone. Price has been able to break about the daily mid-range zone to the upside. Alright, so you can clearly see that what? There's been a break below, a break above, sorry. This is the sun level all the way to the upside, indicating how we are definitely going to see the retest as lower high on the monthly and the weekly before price drops all the way to the downside. So let's take it again to a full time frame and prepare for buy here to reach the monthly resistance level above as well as the lower high that we're expecting. Alright, let's take it again to for each time frame. Alright, so this is the 4 time frame of US oil. Now US oil in the 4 time frame, let's put our final touch also on this pair. Alright, so on the 4 time frame, price has been able to break what above the daily resistance level. We know that. And then it has also made contact with what 4-hour resistance level here. So this is what a strong push the ups on the 4 time frame. We are expecting a 4 retest as higher low before we pick our entry all the way to the upside. So US oil, this is also a full and complete analysis. We're waiting for the retest and then an entry all the way to the upside. So entry always comes in with a candle confirmation. Never forget that. We are going to be waiting for candle confirmation, which is what the bullish engulfing candle close, the significant pin bar or the morning star before we buy to hit our final target. Once we're able to hit 2%, we move our stop loss to entry and go to hit our final target as well. So that is it also for the day. Thank you all for coming in. Remember to stay classy and trade classy. And then don't forget to join the free signals group. The link is in the description of the video. Okay, the link is in the description. Those of you that want to have my contact, just go to the description below. Everything is also there. Thank you all for joining in. Stay classy and trade classy, guys. Peace. I'm out.